Hello, I am Tanmay and this is the demonstration of virtual classroom. Welcome to the virtual classroom. This classroom has been designed for first-time virtual reality users. That's why we see a 2D green board and a desk in front of us even though we don't need it. These are there to familiarize the first-time user, the student, to this classroom. There are many other articles around this classroom as well. Let's have a look at them. This is biology section, microbiology section. Here we could see a DNA molecule, a lab microscope and structure of cellular organs, a statue of thinking man and a potted plant without flowers, cause we cannot simulate smell and fragrance in the virtual reality yet. A clock for familiarization, so student could relate with the time. Portraits of inspirational people, so student could get inspired in this classroom. An aquarium for virtual pet and a 3D map for learning geography in virtual reality. This is my favorite section of the classroom, the space and physics side. Here we could see a 3D model of solar system and a model of Saturn V rocket which took humans to the moon. Next to it we could see the famous painting by Michelangelo, The Creation of Adam. This is here for art and culture purpose, so students could experience the museum in their virtual classroom itself. Next to it is the human physiology section. Here we could see human skeleton and human muscle structure in great detail for biology purposes. Now coming to the elephant in this virtual room, the hollow board display. As we see the green board in front of us, which was designed to teach students in 2D environment, the hollow B is an instrument where we could show 3D models from any angles. That's why it is circular, so student could look at 3D objects from any direction. And it also gives student a mental reason to understand how things are appearing out of the blue. To understand its function, let's see it working. Let's take first class. First topic is related to cybersecurity and the first lesson is cyber attack. To understand the complex concept of cyber attack, let's look at a 3D structure of a computer network. Here we could see there is a primary main server on the top connected to the nodal servers, which is connected to the end users via network instruments and network routers. We could look at this diagram from all angles. The data transfer is depicted via green dots moving through the network. This network is functioning well and it's in good condition as the end users are getting the relevant data packets. But what do we see now? A hacker has appeared and is trying to connect with the main server via cellular network, so it's harder for us to trace him back. As soon as the hacker takes over the main server, he would be able to infect the entire network. To control and compromise the main server, the hacker is sending malicious code via a cellular tower in form of red dots, which shows the malicious code. As we see, as soon as the hacker compromises the main server, the entire network is now under his control and the users are experiencing issues. This was a good example of showing how a cyber attack works. For a middle school student who doesn't need to get in technical details of cyber attack, here we are able to show them this attack in well detail. So now after the lesson it's time for a test. So a quick test. What is a cyber attack? So we could easily understand that the correct option is option 3. A cyber attack is an attack on the computer of a person. So what happens when a student gives a correct answer? He won't just pass the test, he would also get a KP. The KP stands for knowledge point. Knowledge point is the virtual currency of this class, and with the KP the student could exchange the KPs with the pre-approved articles related to his course and curriculum and place it around this classroom, like the statue that we saw earlier, the virtual pet, or the plant, or any other number of articles that he could add to customize this classroom for his liking. This would add as a reward function and motivational point for the student, and he would be, to add social structure to it, he would be also able to share this classroom with his friends, so he could show them that how much he has progressed and how he has enjoyed the learning in virtual reality so far. And it also gives student the bragging rights to share with his friend. So what happens when the student has already familiarized? We could take him to the next level, which is the outdoor classroom setting. I call it the virtual class world, where we are not bound by the walls of the classroom. And here we could also experience the endangered species of white rhino, which could only be found in savannas of Africa, or the ancient ruins of Mayan pyramids, which are deep in the Amazon forest. And we could also see the fossils of Tyrannosaurus rex in this virtual class world. Here there are no bounds or limits to the imagination and the courses that we could cover and the experience the students could have to learn quickly. This won't be also limited to this level. Once the student gets familiarized here, we could take him to the places which are harder to imagine and impossible to get, like surface of the moon. We could have a classroom in surface of the moon or depth of the ocean. We could take him to the places that are impossible to go but very important to see. This was my concept for virtual reality classroom. I am Tanmay. This was my demonstration. I was limited by the resources and time I had. A flickering issue that you saw in this demonstration was due to some technical issue, which would be rectified in final output. And please understand that I am not a voiceover artist, so please ignore my fumbling and mispronunciation that I have done. Thank you.